Hello, this is Gary Wishon, the disgruntled heathen. I have an article demonstrating why I am. I'm going to read from it. Give me a second. Mariah Walton's voice is quiet. Her lungs have been wrecked by her illness. Her respirator doesn't help, but her tone is resolute. Yes, I'd like to see my parents prosecuted. Why? They deserve it. She pauses, and it might help others. Mariah is 20, but she is frail, permanently disabled, has pulmonary hypertension. When she is not bedridden, she has to carry an oxygen tank that allows her to breathe at times. She has had screws in her bones to anchor her breathing device. She may soon have no option other than heart and lung transplant, which is an extremely risky procedure. All of this could have been prevented in her infancy by closing a small congenital hole in her heart. It could have been successfully treated in later years before irreversible damage has been done. Mariah's parents were fundamentalist morons who went off Mormons, but also morons, who went off the grid in northern Idaho in the late 90s and refused to take her children to hospital in the belief sorry in the belief that she could be healed through the power of faith and prayer. She grew up sicker and sicker. Her parents would pray over her and use alternative medicine until she finally left home 2 years ago. She does not have a social security number or a birth certificate. Had they been in neighboring Oregon, her parents could have been booked for medical neglect. In Mariah's case, as in scores of others instances, preventable death among children in Idaho since 1970, laws exempt dogmatic faith healers from prosecution. Why? Because politicians are cheap whores, and the cheap whores up there have to bend over and take it up the backside because the Mormons up there are a majority. They are a voting bloc in the state, and they want their jobs. But apparently, the governor is finally getting a little embarrassed by all these deaths. Article down below. I have a question. No, I have a statement first. First off, I understand that the majority of Christians are not this fucking stupid. But maybe, just maybe, there is a Mormon or Pentecostal fundamentalist who's hate watching this. Dear jackass, I want to point out something to you that Mark Twain once said. There's religion, religious, and then there's the religion sick. You are sick with religion. You let it overcome your humanity. You are successful being religious. Mazel tov, bitch. You fail as a human being. Hell, in a way, you also fail as a religious person. Because I, an atheist, understand something you apparently do not. That if it's a sin to take your children to a doctor, isn't it possible to get forgiveness for sin? Have you forgotten that cheap way out? How a legion after legion of Christians just go on, and every time they get caught doing something wrong, and I'm talking so horrific shit. I'm talking pastors fucking children. I'm talking people murdering. And they, in the end, just because they say the magic words, they're forgiven. Why would God forgive that, but not forgive you for saving the life of your child? Forgiveness, dipshits! Why am I a better Christian than you? To hear something like this, how a life is lost in the belief of an imaginary friend and a 2,000-year-old book, that if it was tried to be published today, and it didn't have 2,000 years of history behind it, would be laughed out of every publisher's office. It breaks my heart. I hold life to be more precious than these fundamentalist assholes. I hold common sense to be more desirable than these fundamentalist assholes. And if any Christian who watches this, please tell me where they're biblically wrong. Show me where they're biblically wrong. And then, if you can't, don't ever wonder why people like me are an atheist. It's too blatantly fucking obvious. We hold life in a greater esteem than these morons. Till next time. If you make videos, feel free to advertise your channel down below. Goodbye.